Hey y'all, welcome back to the plant edit. My name is Kiera for those of you who are new here, and it's been a while. It's a long time no see, and I have a good reason. I have been busy, life's been lifing, but I'll talk about that a little later. But today I just and that will include showing y'all the new plants that I got, cleaning the milsbo tall, and repotting one, maybe two plants, and just kind of updating y'all on what's been going on with me. I did get 3 plants for my birthday, so I will for sure show y'all those. And I think that's it. So let's get started. As you can see, it's a little messy down there, and that's all right. So I guess we'll start with kind of like a little walkthrough. Let me see this focus more. A little bit better. So I have my Hoya my Croniana Super Black, I think it is, and as you can see, she's like growing up and out. This Decidia obovata, and I have some new leaves here. I don't know if it's gonna focus. I don't know why my camera's not focusing today. There, you can see a little bit. I have my Hoya undulata red, which I want to update y'all on for sure. But before we do that, I have my Anthurium luxurians, and then what is this? This is like a Hoya Nicholson something. I'll put the name on here. And then here on this shelf, which is dirty, I have my Hoya Finlaysonii, if I remember correctly. Ooh, poo. Okay, let's see. A good portion of my Hoya have the name on the back. I lied. Calistophylla. My Finlaysonii died, so I don't know why I'm sitting here saying Finlaysonii. So that is my Calistophylla. I have all these little plants from my mystery plant unboxing, which they're actually doing pretty well. You can see in there. I don't really feel like popping it off. They've done pretty well in moss. My one in Flugel stratum's also doing pretty well. I can't lie. And they've all like put out new leaves. So there's that. I have my Pingicula cyclosecta. She's doing okay. And then these are the orchids that y'all saw maybe like 1 or 2 videos ago. So my Arachnus Maggioi and my Phalaenopsis Shirleyana right there. And then I'm gonna put this back here. This is like the shelf where my plants aren't doing the best. So this is my Anthurium regale, however you want to pronounce it. And really, I underwatered her. This leaf never actually hardened when I got her from Equigenera, so I don't know what's going on with that. But so be it. You see that just bent. Anyways, this is my Anthurium Bessier. It is putting out little growth. It has like a little growth point there. It's not focusing. There it is. You can see her there. It's doing a little something. I really haven't seen any roots like popping off in there, but whatever. These are 2 new orchids I'll talk about in a second. And then my philodendron monkey tail. Y'all, I don't want this plant, so I just kind of let it do its thing. Like, I water it to keep it alive, but I don't go above and beyond to like make sure it lives, if that makes any sense. So this is what I'm working with right now. I will talk about these 2 orchids in just a second. Okay, so the plant that I really need to repot is I got a Hoya hypolasia, and I got it from Plant Handler Toronto for my birthday. So I've had these 2 new orchids in this Hoya hyperplasia for about a month, and the orchids are doing pretty good. The hypolasia is doing okay. I just definitely need to repot it because, like I said, it's not getting nutrients. It's in sphagnum moss, and I've been putting like some fertilizer in the water, but it's just not giving me any leaves. It's like keeps putting out like a vine, but I don't have anything for it to attach to, so it's not doing the best. So we're gonna fix that today. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the orchids. So the first orchid I have is this Phalaenopsis Bad Candy. And it's in this cute little pot. My little brother picked out these pots for me, which I thought were adorable. And both the orchids I got from local plant stores. Like I said, I got these for my birthday. So this is her. And I will try to insert some pictures of like the flowers or the blooms once I start editing this video. So nothing crazy. She's got 4 leaves. She's just really kind of chilling. Actually 5 leaves. I didn't see that last leaf under there. So 5 leaves and she's chilling. Pretty much my mom, she's a plant gal too, so she knew I was kind of like looking into orchids. So of course for my birthday I got more orchids. So that is my first one, and then this one is the Phalaenopsis Mickey Witch. It says M-I-K-I Witch 467. I'm gonna pop this out, and this is this cute little pot once again that my brother picked out, and this one has actually been doing really well. I don't know when I'll eventually repot them, but like if you can see the roots, like she's doing pretty good. Like the roots are nice and healthy, nice and thick. She has some leaves, and as you can see, she's like putting out a stem to put out some blooms. So when I originally got her, she did not have this. So in about a month, she's put this out to start giving me some flowers. So she's happy. Like I said, I don't know when I'm going to repot her, and I probably won't for a while just because she seems to be doing fine in this sphagnum moss. I do have the Miracle Grow like orchid spray that I use. So I'll spray her with that sometimes. But outside of that, I haven't been doing nothing crazy. And as you can see, she's giving me a little something to work with. I keep looking down because my cats are, of course, doing the most. I have my mollies down there and they're like biting the bag. So if you hear that, sorry. Yeah, so these are my 2 new orchids. And then, like I said, I got a new Hoya. And this Hoya, like I said, has been it's in sphagnum moss. So I need to get it out of the sphagnum moss and get it into a self-watering pot with soil. So I've been having her soak in water for like the last 30 minutes while my camera charged. Next. Okay, I had to move the mollies up because, like I said, he's tearing up that bag. But this is my Hoya Hypalasia. I got her from Plant Haven, Toronto, also for my birthday. And she just has these 2 leaves. Like I said, she hasn't put out any leaves, but like she has like little growth spots. I don't know if they're gonna focus. But I haven't had her on anything. I haven't really truly been taking care of her. I've just been keeping her alive, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's what I've been doing here lately with a good portion of my plants, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just get this out of sphagnum moss and repot her. I just have like this 3-inch self-watering pot that I'm gonna put her in. So while I do this, I'm actually gonna talk about where I've been at. So like I said, I had a birthday, Leo King Soja. That was the beginning of this month. So pretty much I ended up taking off of work and going out of town, which I work weekend option. And I seldom get weekends off. And so I work weekend option. I was able to get it off. My coworker graciously took the shifts from me. And ooh, this smells bad. And so I spent a weekend out of town. So that was one reason I was gone. Well, then also I finished my master's, and that, it's not like it like took more than usual, but I just was kind of like focused on that, like finishing that. So that is kind of also where I've been at. And like I said, like I've never really said like what I do for work. I don't really want to talk much about work, but I do have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's degree. So yeah, there's that. Your girl is college educated. And this is what I'm working with so far. Like I said, this does not smell good, so I don't know if this is like root rot or what's going on with this, but baby, this does not smell nice. But also I feel like moss has like that, not, you know, it has that earthy smell. It's not like it stinks, it just smells earthy, if that makes sense. But like I said, I've been letting this soak for like the last 30-45 minutes just to be able to get this moss off here. So we're gonna see what I can make happen. But yeah, so that's really where I've been at. And then what else has been going on? I think that accounted for the beginning of the month. And then like, I think really just life happened, you know, like life happens. I've just been busy. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. I've been overall just like keeping my plants alive and not really tending to them like I know I need to. Which is why I'm just now getting to this like a month after I've had the plant. And really it's not like, I feel like sometimes you just go through those like ruts where you don't really want to fool with the plants too much. Like you'll keep them alive. Like I water them, and that's another reason I like self-watering pots, because then I just gotta fill up the watering pot. But the rest of my plants, like I bottom water, and it's so time consuming to bottom water. Like I have to fill up my water jug, my big water jug, then I have to put the plant in the water, make sure it doesn't sit for too long, and then it's like I don't have like a huge container for the water jug or for the plants to sit in, so it's like it takes a bit for them to water, and then I gotta remember to go back and get it out of the water just to put the next plant in. So it's really not enjoyable to bottom water. And like I said, that's why I like self-watering pots, because it just makes it so simple for the kid. But I haven't really been tending to any of my plants. Like I said, just keeping them alive, watering them, making sure they're not dead. But outside of that, I really ain't been doing much with the plants. My plant room, y'all, it's a plant room for sure. Like the plants have taken over. The plants are doing whatever they want them to do. I have hoya that are growing on my lights on top of my redsta. They're like wrapped around, like the vines are wrapped around the light fixture. They're putting out leaves off the light fixture. They're reaching off the redsta onto the plant shelf and wrapped around that. Like I've been letting the plants live. Okay, the plant room, I don't know if y'all read, which I'm an avid reader, Eat the Ones You Love, but that's literally what it reminds me of. Like the plants are just taking over. And that book was like about an orchid that like was like taking over a mall, and like regardless, that's what it reminds me of, is Eat the Ones You Love, because those plants, those hoya in there are not playing. They're not letting up. And like I said, I just water them and they literally do whatever they want, whatever, and I have not stopped them. I have plants falling off the shelf. The plant room's mess. There's orchid bark on the floor. There's perlite on the floor. Like I'll go in and vacuum, I'll clean it up, and the next thing I know, there's more. I don't know who they think they are, but it's called a plant room for a reason, because the plants own it. Yeah, that's pretty much the update on my plants. Like I haven't even bought any more plants. I haven't bought any more plants just because like I just have not been in the mood to like take care of them. And like I said, I think plant people just get in a rut sometimes, and I think that's where I'm at, is because it's just like I ain't got nothing against them. I still want the plants. I want the plants to live. Minus him. But I still want the plants to live, so I just be taking care of them. But then it's like, dang, I don't feel like doing plant chores right now. And like I bought new lights. I bought Barina lights for my redsta like 2 months ago. I ain't put those in. I bought everything to make a new soil batch. I have not even done that. So it's just like I said, I just been busy. And it's like I get 4 days off a week, and it's like I be fighting for my life at work. I really do, y'all. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I be fighting for my life at work. So it's like whenever I have those days off, I wanted to do nothing. I want to hang out by myself and read and lay on the couch. And I have my niece 1 day of the week, so then that leaves me 3 days, and then my husband's off 1 day of the week, so then that leaves me 2 days to really just be by myself. But then it's like I clean on one of those days, and then I need to relax on one of those days. So, y'all, life just be life, and that's really where I've been at. Life just be life. Okay, so I got myself watering pot. Y'all know the drill. Amazon 3-inch. I got like 50 of these suckers, which is why I'm putting this hypalasia in a 3-inch instead of a 4-inch. But looking at the roots, I think it needs a 3-inch. So that's all I've got left. It really wasn't coming off, and I really can't tell. I can't distinguish where the roots start and end and where the sphagnum moss starts and ends. So we're just gonna go with it. I did not feel like digging in my closet to get my homemade soil batch out, so I'm gonna be using Molly's. I love Wild Fern on here, and I'm pretty sure she says she puts a lot of her Hoya in Molly's. So this is gonna be my first Hoya in Molly's, I think. So we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm just gonna backfill a little bit. Let me mix this up a little bit. And I really don't know who I think I am. Y'all can see this like that, just a little bit like that, like this, like that. We're gonna put her right on top of there. And I'm gonna backfill some more, or fill up some more. I don't know how it's gonna go with this sphagnum moss. Like, that's a good amount of sphagnum moss on there, you know. So, and I feel like I need more soil than I do like the orchid bark and like the huge chunks of perlite. So I'm gonna dig down to the bottom a little bit, see how that plays out. And there's some plastic in there, Molly's. What y'all got going on? Pop that sucker out of there. So yeah, do that. And then I really do need to buy some, hold on, let me get this. Okay, I really need to buy some more trellises. I was gonna order some bamboo trellis because I feel like those probably won't be as heavy as like some of the metal ones I have, but I just haven't, because I'm like, oh, I need to not spend money, but I really do need to spend money on that, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. I got sphagnum moss all over me and all over the table, so that's gonna be as good as it gets right here. So now I just need to, I think the 3-inch is like a good setup. So I need to find something to put this on so it can put out the leaves. And like I said, got that from Plant Haven, Toronto, Hoya Hypalasia. I'm just gonna stick that right back in there because I have not been utilizing my my label maker here lately. Because like I said, I ain't even fun with plants, so I ain't been using that either. There's that. Repotted. And then I'm gonna show y'all what my Hoya undulatum red is doing in like 2 seconds. Alright, so I don't remember if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember whenever I said like it had a growth point on it and I was like flicking the dirt off of it and I broke it. Well, I guess she got mad at that, and so now she's like, I'm gonna do you one better and put out a bunch of growth points. So let me show y'all. All right, y'all, so I've been fooling with this camera trying to get it to work, and it's not working. I think I done turned the brightness up, turned the brightness down, I don't know, but regardless, I'm gonna see if it'll focus like this. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I've got a couple leaves. There's a big one kind of like right here, tucked under that main leaf, and when I say big, I mean like big for a new growth leaf. And then I got another growth spot here, and so I have a total of 3 growth spots, and currently 3 leaves coming in. So I've been pretty much just trying to make sure that I keep her watered, make sure that I keep her happy, because I spent so much money on this plant. The last thing I want is for it to die. And speaking of die, my getting ghost is a goner. I don't know if I don't know what I did wrong, y'all, but usually like I have really good results when I put things in like Kugelstratum, but baby, she was not happy, and so she checked out. Yeah, RIP to my $100+ But anyways, I said I was gonna clean my milsbo tall, but I really don't want to. And my second plant I was gonna repot was gonna be this one, but I'm actually not going to repot her just because I'm terrified I'm going to break the leaf off. Because now that I'm looking at it again, the leaves, all of the leaves and like new growth spots are kind of like right near where I would need to pick it up from. And I'm just going to put it in the self-watering pot because I think it would fit in there perfectly. But I really don't want to disrupt this just because like I'm so scared of killing this plant. I'm scared of like continuously breaking off growth points. And I really don't even want to, like, I don't want to be holding this right now because I'm just scared of messing it up so bad. But I did want to update y'all on that because she's doing so well. Like, my girl is wanting to live. So yeah. Oh, y'all, I didn't even put no systemic granules in this hypalagia. I just realized this. So I'm just gonna, let's just put some in there. It's a little bit just on top, but whatever, don't care. Yeah, there we go. And then whenever I water it, like I put water in it, it'll be fine because you can't really see that it's like sitting on top there. So yeah, that is my hypalagia. Like I said, she's got some like little spots where it looks like leaves might start coming in, and like her tip is green, like she's still growing. I'm sure you can tell the difference on there. So yeah, that's really where I've been at. I know this is like a very uneventful video, and I'm sorry for that. But I do intend to continue recording more, especially now that I am currently done with school. And I really shouldn't have much else coming up for a while. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning back in with the kid because I definitely have been MIA. And I'll see y'all next go. Bye.